Well, hey folks, Species 7 here, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2013. We are here doing another map review today, and this time I have a map called, I hope I get this right, Degibna? Degibna? Let's have a little look, shall we? Here we go. Well, yeah, Degibna. Okay, so the map is called Degibna, and is a Cornish-themed map. Well, very cool. Well, let's have a look, shall we? Whoa! Alrighty. Hello there, fella. Wow. You are the scariest character I have ever seen in Farming Simulator. Wow. Okay. Moving right along. I guess we sort of start out in the town square. And if we take a little wander up the street, we find we have our tractor shop. So, let's have a look at the map while we're here, shall we? Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can actually do the map so it does fill the entire map screen, even if it only takes up that amount of a usable map space. Because, quite frankly, that makes the numbers almost too small to read. Like, I'm pretty sure that is the same number as that, is the same number as that, and that, and yeah. Let's go to this one. Oh, here we go. Oh, I see. We just couldn't see that it was 20 and 21. Alrighty. Fair enough. We seem to have... There is apparently 3 distinct farms on this map, and you need to buy 2 of them. You're only given 1. So, let's start here and see what it gets us. So where are we here? Okay. Well, this is obviously where most of our equipment is, and so far looks pretty interesting. The one thing that I will tell you about this map is, if you are looking for a map to do MR, this one's a little deceiving because it looks like it would probably be pretty much perfect, but I think it might be a little too much. This is a gently sloping field for this particular map. So, yeah. I mean, definitely this sort of a thing, this would be a nice challenge in MR. Alright, but some of the fields are probably almost not doable in standard mode. Like the grade I'm going up here right now, most standard tractors are not going to make this with anything behind them. In MR mode, I don't know if you would even get to that great big 600 something horse guy that I've got there, if that would even make it up. So, we do have that. Some of the fields are definitely a little bit too tight. The other thing I noticed when I checked this map, as I say, there's 3 distinct farms, one of which you do apparently own, the other 2 which you need to buy. Okay. That's fine, that's a good concept. It means that you don't, you're not going to start with everything on your plate all at once, right? Because the other farms, I believe, are like the cow and the sheep. So, and as we can see here, again, very, very, very steep. So, but again, that's okay. Even for MR, this particular bit, probably okay. You know, as long as you're geared for it, you do alright. Again, here, as you can see, that's a reasonable field to do with MR. It would make it quite interesting. So is this one. So some of them are okay. A few of them are unmanageable, and maybe that's where you'd throw grass or grazing or who knows what. So we're back here again, are we? Alright. Let's try, we tried this one. Let's go to this one. Alright. And that puts us up here. I guess that's just the ground is a bit... Yeah, there we go, this big lump in the ground. I was wondering, I thought that thing was about to fall over. certainly generous with the equipment. Alright. I guess this would be cattle feeding here. And there's your milk bot. Alright. I do like the detailing and such. Like, it is nice. Here's one of the issues I have, though. Now, even though all your gear is parked here, you don't actually own this farm. I'm not sure what that prevents you from doing offhand, but if we look here, we're looking at $900,000 for a half hectare. Oh, 50. What? 50 hectares? $1 million. Okay, I'm not sure what area that's supposed to cover. But yeah, so apparently these pits, etc., are not yours unless you buy them, and the price is darn near $1 million. So not quite sure where we're going to dig up $1 million, but I take it that includes all of these areas here. And they do, like I said, start you with some decent gear. And then again, you're back to this. And this is fields. So yeah, a little bit steep. Now, let's head to our final. Oh, this is the one we first went to, actually. Okay. So, let's check down here. This, I believe, is the third farm. Again, very, very, very steep. There we go. So there's a couple more of the fields. Excuse me. A bit of a shed there. We've got our fertilizer here. But this one, 700,000. Again, it says it's 50 hectares, but $700,000. So you're looking at almost $2 million to buy the other two farms on this property. And something I have not seen at any of the three farms we have looked at so far is any sort of siloing system, even just a building. I just haven't seen it yet, you know? So, no, there's no map trigger for this. But as I say, I have not seen any sort of, you know, indicator of where or what you're supposed to actually do with your grains. So, yeah. Some old cultivators laying up here. The detailing is reasonably nice. As I say, the entire map seems to be almost a giant bowl. And the fields are painted onto the sides of the bowl. So there we go. Now we're back down to this farm. But there you be. Again, this is where your cattle would be. But again, see, I'm not sure why this is viable. I mean, if I buy cattle, will I not have them? Will I not be able to use them? Is that the way this is going to work? Because that seems a little odd to me. You know, if we go to our critters here, and let's say we just bought us some cows, and we'll buy us some sheep, and we'll buy us some chickens. Okay. Alright, well, the cows appear, that's for certain. So there's our cows. Okay. And of course this map doesn't show us where we can expect to find any of those things. Same thing here. These are basically, for the most part, this is pretty much a useless map, and it would have been nice to see something that actually is usable. That's kind of important in this game, that your map is of some value to you. If we go to the game one, he's kind of done the same thing. Crunched the map into a tiny little corner of your PDA, and then I guess you're supposed to try and follow it from there. You know, unless we go to the expanded view, which, as most of you that have used the PDA know, is pretty close to useless. So there you go. My thoughts on this map, pretty much. Let's go for a little flyabout here, I guess, before we oh, come on. There we go. Let's grab ourselves something small. That'll work. Ooh, so we just have enough room for it. Okay, I don't know where it started us. Oh, right. We have 10,000 miles of open map that's not going to have anything on it. There we go. Alright, so here is that. Here is our sheep farm. Right, now this is the one I believe was 700,000 maybe? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all there is to that area. That's your border again. We go up here, we've got a small village and a sell point. Okay, this is the farm store, I guess. Oh no, this is where, okay, this is where we spawn. This is the tractor shop. There's our village. There's the farm store. Oh, that's the end of that one. Okay, now it looks like we have storage here. Okay, potatoes and sugar beets there. That's just simply an empty shed. That's completely the end of that corner of the map. Okay, we've been there. We know what that's all about. There's the milk truck for some reason, just simply hidden off the edge of the map, as all the roads also just kind of end into the bush. Not something I'm terribly pleased with. Here we have, okay, this was the cattle farm. This was, I think, the $900,000 farm. Again, no silos anywhere, nothing even close to it. Now this one has this one single silo, and this one single one, but there's nowhere to dump grains for them, so I'm not sure. And unfortunately, there's really no help in the map description or anything to go with it. So, but there you go. So other than the fact that I'm not sure, perhaps you're supposed to use the alt tip. I mean, it's not a bad map. There's quite a few fields. They're interesting shapes, although, like I said, the terrain is a little less than desirable, even for MR. Okay, I think this is where you actually do your mowing mission, because I believe there are missions here. And that is her for the map. Okay, that's the entire map. So, let's go back to where we were, outstanding in our field. Alright. So there you go. That's been a quick look at this map. And, as I say, in all honesty, I'm not really sure how to make heads or tails of it. It has potential, and by the same time, I don't think it's one that I would run. Just because, A, there is no indicators of where your crops are to be distributed. You know, even if it's just, I don't care if it's a shed like this, as long as you actually, you know, somehow indicate whether it's a little pile of grain on the ground or a sign on the wall or whatever it may be, but some sort of an indicator as to what you want done with your goods. That doesn't appear on any of the three farms. The whole map viable object thing is pretty cool in some scenarios when it's done this way, where they're basically, you know, like I said, $1 million for this and doesn't really tell you what you're paying for. You know, in so much as, like I said, I just bought, you know, 10 cows or whatever, there they are. So now what? They're on someone else's property? Is that the deal? You know. No, I don't know. The map is terrible. I mean, just, it's really no other way to describe it. It's completely terrible. The map on the PDA is terrible. The textures are pretty much box standard of what you will find on pretty well every other map. And that's about it. I really can't think of much else to go on to about with this map, because it's one of those ones where I almost have the feeling like this is my third time of actually wandering around this map end to end and checking out the different farms and doing all of that. And it has a real feeling of being not quite done. And that's unfortunate, because as I say, it does have potential. It's a decent sized map, just needs a bit of work. But there you go. That has been our map review for this little Cornwall map named Degibna. This I thought was really cool. Was Kernow Modding that did the map? Will, Ross, Dale, and Matt? Or, and this part I liked, Will, Johnny Deere, That Kid 96, and my favorite, My Pig's Fatter. What a great avatar name for somebody doing Farming Simulator mods. Really, My Pig's Fatter. I love it. So, there you guys go. Oh, there you guys goes. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed our little tour of the farm. If it seemed like a bit of an unorganized tour, I hate to say it, but it's a bit of an unorganized map. So, there you are. On the pro side, it does seem to run fairly well. It is a reasonably small map download. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do much in the way of frame hits. So if you're looking something that might run reasonably well for you on a lower end or graphically challenged, or however we're supposed to put it these days, computer, this one might do the bill. So, but there you be, folks. Degibna Farm. Until next time, this has been Species 7. Take care of each other, and ciao for now, guys.